Welcome back to Swordbox. I'm glad you joined us today. Our verse for today is from Ecclesiastes 5:4, and it says, "When you make a vow to God, do not delay to pay it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay what you have vowed." We've been reading about the story of Moses and how he went to Pharaoh, and in Exodus chapter 8, Moses went to Pharaoh and basically told him if he didn't let his people go to worship his God. Down in verse 3 it says, "So the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into your house, into your bedroom, into your bed, into the houses of your servants, on your people, onto your ovens, and onto your kneading bowls. And the frogs shall come up on you, and your people, and on all your servants." And I have a picture here. Yes, these are frogs. And can you imagine what that must have been like for the Egyptians and for Pharaoh to have all these masses of frogs coming all over them? I mean, they came in their houses, in their kitchen, even got up on their bodies. There were so many frogs. And then down in verse 8 we see what happens. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, "Entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs." And so I think Pharaoh's starting to be a believer that God is real, and he's certainly uncomfortable with what's going on. If you don't mind taking a walk with me, I want to talk just a few minutes about foxhole promises. You know, when life became uncomfortable for Pharaoh and his people, he realized that the God of Moses was powerful. Pharaoh made a foxhole promise. "Just make the frogs go away, and I will let your people go and sacrifice to your God." That's what he told Moses. What is a foxhole promise? Well, a soldier whose life is in danger, bombs and guns are going all around him, and he's afraid for his life, may promise to do the right things, whatever the specifics may be, if God will just save him and get him through. But when safety comes and when things get better, he quickly forgets the promise he made to God. In Exodus 8, verse 15, it says, "But when Pharaoh saw that there was relief, he hardened his heart and did not heed them as the Lord had said." So Pharaoh changed his mind. As soon as things got better, he no longer needed God. He no longer was going to obey or do what he said he was going to do. Have you ever done this? Have you found yourself in a mess and you know you're living wrong? "Oh, God, just get me out of this and I will do, fill in the blank." Or, "God, if you would just do this for me, I will, again, fill in the blank." I remember an old Burt Reynolds movie. He found himself out stranded in the ocean, and he didn't think he'd be able to swim to shore, so he thought he would drown. He told God if he would just help him to make it back, that he would give his whole life to him, 100%. But as he began to swim closer to shore and realized that he might be able to make it, he began to offer less and less of a percentage of himself to God till he finally got to shore and just basically completely disavowed what he said he would do. Let me remind you, Ecclesiastes 5:4 and 5. "When you make a vow to God, do not delay to pay it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay what you have vowed." Better not to vow than to vow and not pay. And hopefully God's not going to send frogs any of our lives to get into our houses. But you know what? You may find yourself in some tough situations. Don't just start making hasty comments toward God of what you're going to do. And if you are going to do that, make sure you keep your word to God. Make sure you keep your word to others. God bless you. Hope you have a great day.